Hi, I'm Maria Theoharis of Velosos on social media. Welcome back to Sober 50 podcast on Organised Style. You're listening to the Top 20 Countdown series.
And that was the beginning of a really great friendship. We became friends, and she only lives 45 minutes from me. So she is a person that I have seen frequently, and we became friends. That was all through Instagram. It would have never happened.
Last episode, I did say Karen Dolan is an ongoing contributor to the podcast and Sober 50. Today is Karen's second episode called Style is Ageless, and it's number 9 on the Top 20 Countdown. This is a true reflection of not just Karen's contribution to our sewing community, but also how relevant this topic continues to be for us as sewists. Karen provides some really simple ways to find your style because you can find all sorts of topics about style that won't cost you a cent. Have fun with it. Okay, grab a cuppa and listen to Karen's podcast episode on Style is Ageless.
Age is only a number.
Yes, we have totally different styles, but I adore Iris Apfel. She's my style icon. I can't get enough of that woman because she has a quote that says, "Fashion you can buy, but style you possess." It's about self-expression, above all attitude. And I admire that. And that's where the style has no age comes in, because look at her. I mean, I don't even know how she carries all the bracelets around that she stacks up to her elbows on both arms. She's such a teeny tiny thing. But coming to know what your signature style is, staying in your lane, trying things that appeal to you, being willing to take on a new trend if it seems fitting, but not having to feel like you have to sew every new pattern that comes around.
Yes.
I used to feel a little bit more like that, but now I realize, I look at it and I love the looks of it on lots of other people, but it's not my style.
Yeah.
I am not a boho sort of a gal. It reminds me of the 70s, which I was a part of, and there's some things about it that I like. But I, tried making a few things. I put them on, and this is just not me. This is just not me. Something a little more on the edgy side, which I think that cello top that I just made, that's more what I'd rather put on top of me than, and they both have ruffles, but it's a different sort of vibe, the way that it's put together. So I know that about myself more now. So I just enjoy and stick with what works for me. I stick with the colors that I like the best, and my closet coordinates. So that's a good thing too.
You don't have any orphans in your closet. They can all be part of a family.
Pretty much. There's a one-off long silk red dress that someone that I made for Allie Olson when she had her website. That's a one-off on color, but that's because she did let me pick, but I did pick that one. But no, most everything sticks in blacks, ivories, mustard, of course, browns. But I'm embarrassed to say, well, not embarrassed. If there's one blue thing, maybe there's nothing purple and there's not much pink. I stick to my warm colors.
You stay in your style lane.
I do. And it's funny because, I get people now on Instagram that'll see something and they'll even tag me. Some fabric store is posting and they've got this beautiful mustard denim or mustard something, and they'll comment on it and write into stitches, "Check this out." People have a notion what it is I like.
Looks like they're trying to enable you.
Yes. Isn't that what we're here for? To enable each other in this wonderful passion and hobby?
Most people would call it support, but I know that amongst us, we call it enabling each other.
That's right. I met a sewing friend, and Tori from the Doing Things blog. We connected instantly. I saw in her where I was when I was, young woman, babies, my sewing passion. And I met her down in LA and we went shopping through the fabric district. She says, "Do not let me buy any more knits." So my job was to say, no. So we helped each other out now.
It sounds like a great friendship.
Yes, it is. Most of my, my love of trying to pass on to people that the age thing, I'm following a gal on Instagram that's 15 years old. I don't know how I found her, but I found her, and she reminds me, if Instagram was around when I was 15, I would have been right there where she is. I would have been doing this, sharing things. And it's just to share what you love with other people. And when I see her things, I'm like, this is where you are when you're 15. And if you keep going with this when you're 65, these are the skills that you'll have because you've had, I don't know if you listen to the tipping point, but the 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. I mean, I don't just make coats because I just started with that as a beginner project, even though there's a lot of them that are great for beginner projects. I have 43 plus coats, and that doesn't even count the ones that aren't in my closet that have long gone. That's a lot of practice on those kind of things, so keeping on going. You have many, many good years ahead when you start in your 30s, 40s, but you can start at any time. That's the beauty of this, and see simple things that people make. It's just exciting. I get sort of adrenalized when I talk about sewing things. Yeah.
Karen, thank you so much for coming on to Sew Organised Styles Sew Over 50 Thursday. The key thing that I think people can take away from following you is to learn about style, that you're passionate about sewing, and that Sew Over 50 has built a lot of friendships globally for you and for everyone else.
That's right. That's exactly right. I love the community, and I'm so thankful that you would have me. I wasn't sure I really had anything to share, but apparently I could keep on talking. It's been a really wonderful experience, and anytime I can encourage people to show their own style and be proud of who they are, no matter what size, shape, age, it is about the attitude, and it is about knowing what you feel comfortable in and feeling confident.
And that helps you get through the day and bring you joy.
It does, absolutely. Once you put the outfit on and walk out the door, you don't think about it anymore because you just feel good. And then you go about interacting and doing what you do in your life.
You've actually inspired me. I always sort of gravitate around which style, but signature style is something that I really understand now more after listening to you.
Yeah, take those online tests. They're so great because they'll show you some pictures of maybe some actresses or some popular people that you know, and you see that they know what works best for them. And so when you answer the questions and it tells you you're this kind of a style or that, in doing research when I was doing that, I mean, I've always liked to do those, but I love Victoria Beckham. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm telling you, that girl can wear anything, but she knows what her style is. And I identify with her style a lot. But those tests help you get an idea, and then you put you sort of start writing those things down for yourself and say, you know what? I mean, I am not going to wear a dirndl skirt. It's just never going to happen. Never. I mean, I'm not going to wear an A-line skirt. I'm probably not going to wear a skirt. Maybe. I have a bias cut leopard print skirt. I kind of like that. But, you know those things about yourself. And I'm really tall, too. So sometimes there's just a lot of stuff down there.
And you can do that. Whereas if I put one on a good day, and I know that I can't do the big skirt, but I can do A-line.
Here's a question. Karen, how did you get involved with being at Sew Expo?
I saw a post on, I need someone local to come and help work in the booth. I was on a business trip sitting in an airport, and I saw this message. I could not answer this message fast enough. I thought somebody's going to take it before I answer. And I said, I live there. I can do it. And right away, Michelle at Style Makers, I'd shopped there before, but answered me back, great, we'll get you the schedule. And I was like, this is too good to be true. That's how I felt. And that was my first connection with them. And I went and worked every single day in the booth. And I was on such a high, meeting people, talking with people, getting my hands back into the fabric, helping people put things together, pick things out.
Yeah.
Apparently, I kind of turned into a crazy salesperson I'm just a worker bee, but I just love seeing people like, oh, you have to try this because I know this beautiful linen they have. It's so wonderful to sew on. So I get overly enthusiastic about things. I'm like pushing the boiled wool because these jackets you can make are so fantastic. And I have them there and show them. And that was the beginning of a really great friendship. We became friends. And she only lives 45 minutes from me. So she is a person that I have seen frequently. And we became friends. That was all through Instagram. It would have never happened any other way. One thing leads to another.
That's right.
It's a mother and a daughter, and the mother has been, she's older than I am, and she's been in the sewing industry as a fabric buyer and running fabric stores for years and years. So she has so much experience. So the quality of the things that they bring in is very high, and they get some good stuff. So I do buy a lot of things. I think people must think that I actually work there or something, but I don't. Most of the stuff I just buy like everybody else. So yeah, just to be supportive.
Yeah. If I haven't already got them as one of my follows, I will follow them, Style Makers.
Oh, you need to. Yeah, they're just wonderful. They're wonderful. Very involved in the community, and they do their Style Maker tours. She does a fall and a spring tour, and so she'll showcase the new fabrics that she has, and she will send them out to send out some fabric, and then they make up an outfit, and she posts that every day for whatever 10 days. And
good.
So that's kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
So of course, you probably don't order from over here because of the long drive.
Sometimes I do. I know, it is a long drive.
Do you know Textile Gardens?
No.
Oh, look them up. She's in the UK or something like that. Maggie is her name. Textile Gardens. She has buttons.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous buttons and findings.
Yep.
To me, the button thing is going to be the worst, most missed thing, because, I'm pretty good at knowing what a fabric is like, and when it comes, it's what I've been expecting, not always, but mostly. But I'm a person who has to sit there for hours with all the buttons laid out until the right thing clicks for me. So having to order buttons.
Yeah.
But I found out about them because I won one of Rylas's, and I got a 50-pound gift certificate to Textile Gardens.
Okay.
Which was even more than $50. And I ordered a whole bunch of buttons, and they all came, and they were so beautiful. So I order from her, and she sends it out pretty quickly. I'm waiting for some buttons now.
Okay. I'm a blogger for Minerva.
Oh, yeah.
In their blogger network.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, they have nice fabric.
Yeah, they do.
You have to look around. You got to know who has what you need,
Yeah.
It's been so nice meeting you.
Yeah, it's been lovely meeting you too, Karen. Thank you so much for your time, being on the podcast, sharing where to go to for buttons, etc. Thank you so much, Karen.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Stay safe.
Okay, you too. Bye, Maria.
Thank you. Bye.
This episode of Sew 50 Podcast on Sew Organised Style was produced by me, Maria Theoharis, with permission of Karen. Sound by bensound.com. Many thanks for the ongoing support of the podcast Patreon contributors. On patreon.com/Sew Organised Style, you can support this podcast every month for the cost of a coffee. Their ongoing support enables me to develop this podcast for free. You can subscribe to Sew Organised Style podcast, but with an S, not a Z, on all good podcast apps. Make sure you go back and listen to our free Sew 50 podcast archive on Sew Organised Style podcast. If you would like to contribute to the many ongoing posts and challenges the team promotes on the Sew 50 account on Instagram, direct message Sandy and the editorial team. The Sew 50 community has over 50,000 followers. We look forward to joining you in your sewing room next time. Stay safe, everyone.